Classical Poetry, MA English, Part 1. Chaucer, Milton, Donne. Chaucer's Humour, Satire, Irony. Introduction. A humorist is one who is quick to perceive the funny side of things and who has the capacity to laugh and to make others laugh at what is absurd or ridiculous and what is incongenious. Chaucer is one of the great humorists in English literature, and his sense of humor appears abundantly in the Canterbury tales, including the prologue. The prologue offers plentiful illustrations of Chaucer's sense of humor. His characterization of almost all the characters here, bearing those of the knights, yeoman, the parson, and the ploughman, is indeed humorous. It has at the same time to be pointed out that Chaucer's humor is mostly ironical and satirical. Satire has generally a corrective motive. Irony is one of the chief weapons of satire. Chaucer, as an ironist and satirist, is not out to reform people, but he finds amusement in the absurdities and affectations of the people he deals with. His attitude towards human beings is not only tolerant but indulgent. He is not fired by the zeal of a social reformer or a religious missionary. His whole point of view in dealing with human life and human beings is that of a humorist. He feels amused rather than annoyed or upset by the oddities, irregularities, and contradictions of human beings. Irony in the character of the prioress. Chaucer's use of irony to build up a satirical portrait and to make us laugh is clearly seen in his presentation of the prioress. The prioress speaks French fluently according to the school of Stafford at Bow. This is an ironical reference to the prioress's aristocratic breeding. Her dress and her fashionable manners are also ironically described. Her charitable nature too is described and depicted in such a way as to amuse us. His spirit of charity is seen chiefly in her feeding her pet dogs with expensive foods, a clearly ironical fling. The ironic implication throughout the portrait of the prioress is that, in spite of her holy calling, she is more concerned with worldly things rather than with the spirit. Thus, the portrait of the prioress is a prominent example of Chaucer's humor and irony. Satire in the character of the monk, the friar, and the merchant. The monk is portrayed satirically. He is fond of hunting. He keeps a large number of horses in his stable. When he rides, a jingling of the bells on the bridle of his horse is heard at a distance. He finds the rules of monastic discipline to be old and therefore out of date. He does not wish to drive himself mad by studying too much, and so on. The worldliness of this monk is clearly exposed by ironic means, and the whole portrait is rounded off with a reference to his partiality for a roast fat swan. Irony is employed in the portrait of the friar too. We really feel amused to read about a man whose whole approach to his profession is mercenary. We have some of Chaucer's most acid irony when he describes the friar as telling the sinners that they have merely to give money to men like him in order to obtain divine forgiveness. अगर आपने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो बराए मेहरबानी इसे सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और बेल आइकॉन भी प्रेस कर दीजिए ताकि हमारी नई आने वाली वीडियोस का आपको बर वक्त पता चल सके।